After more than 2 decades working as a relationship psychologist, one of the biggest surprises I've discovered is this. Most men believe they understand women, but in reality, they often don't. Not because they don't care, but because no one ever clearly explained it to them. There is no proper guidebook for relationships, and many things are never openly said, even though they are deeply felt. I'm Jill Guerin, and I've spent over 20 years working with couples across Canada, from Vancouver to Halifax. I've worked with young couples just starting out and older ones who have been together for decades, yet feel emotionally distant. Across all these years, I've met thousands of men who genuinely want to improve their relationships, but simply don't know how to reconnect with their partner in a meaningful way. In this discussion, I want to change that. I'm going to share something most people don't expect. 7 specific areas of a woman's body where physical touch, when done with care, respect, and presence, can create deep emotional connection. And surprisingly, none of them are what most people assume. Before we go into those points, it's important to understand something fundamental. For many women, especially as they grow older, physical touch is never just physical. The body and mind are deeply connected. Every touch is interpreted emotionally. Does he care? Does he notice me? Am I safe with him? If the answer feels yes, she relaxes and opens up. If not, she withdraws, not because of lack of love, but because her body reacts to emotional safety first. Over time, I've heard many women express the same feeling in different ways. They don't need perfection. They just want to feel truly seen and emotionally understood, not just physically present with someone. The first important area is the back of the neck, near the hairline. This is where people often carry stress from long days and emotional pressure. A gentle, light, non-demanding touch here can help the body relax and signal safety, allowing tension to ease naturally. Next is the area between the shoulder blades. This is often described as a place where emotional weight sits. A calm, steady hand placed there without expectation can communicate support and emotional presence more powerfully than words. Then there are the hands. The way someone holds a hand matters far more than people realize. Slow, intentional contact without rush can create a strong sense of emotional connection and reassurance. Another meaningful area is near the side of the face, just below and behind the ear. This is a sensitive zone that responds strongly to gentle presence. It often creates a feeling of being noticed and emotionally acknowledged. There are also areas like the inner leg near the knee, the lower back, and the lower abdomen. These are highly sensitive zones that are closely linked with emotional regulation and comfort. When approached with patience, respect, and no urgency, they can create a strong sense of safety and closeness rather than pressure or expectation. What matters most is not the location itself, but the intention behind the touch. Slow, calm, respectful contact tells a different story. It says, "I'm here with you," rather than, "I want something from you." Over time, many relationships lose this kind of physical communication. People stop reaching out not because love disappears, but because routine takes over. And when physical presence fades, emotional distance often follows. I've seen couples transform their relationships simply by reintroducing small, intentional gestures of touch, not as techniques, but as genuine expressions of care and attention. In many cases, this alone has helped rebuild emotional closeness that felt lost. In long-term relationships, especially, women often respond more deeply to presence and attention than intensity or urgency. They feel emotional connection through consistency, gentleness, and being truly noticed in small moments. Research in relationship psychology has shown that regular non-sexual physical contact in long-term couples is strongly linked to higher emotional satisfaction and closeness. When that contact disappears, people often begin to feel more like distant companions and partners. The key lesson is simple. Most relationship problems are not caused by lack of love, but by lack of emotional expression in everyday physical connection. Start small. Be present. A simple, calm gesture can sometimes say more than words ever could. When touch carries sincerity rather than expectation, it becomes a powerful form of emotional communication. And in many cases, that is what brings two people back together. Not grand actions, but small moments of real presence, repeated consistently over time.